Let's talk about leadership. Often we go into initiatives around customer centricity where the CEO is M.I.A. They're missing in action, they're not around. And when we look at senior leadership and their perspective on customer-centric organizations, this is what we usually get. Some will say, I don't believe in it. Others will say, emotional engagement? You gotta be kidding me, I'm not one of those. Some will say, it's not my job, go to the customer-facing people. Others will say, honestly, I don't know how to do it. And others will say, I'm doing it already. When it comes to I don't know, I don't believe in it, there's a simple answer. It's not about belief. It's about driving better profitability, better financial results. You need to establish your commitment around those numbers and make sure that they are fully understood. And at that point, you're talking to senior leadership at the same language that they understand. Their top line, their bottom line. It's not about belief. This is not religion. This is about how to make our numbers. When those are saying emotional engagement, you're kidding me. Well, branding is all about emotions. We are trying to evoke emotions from our customers so they don't judge us by the lowest price, but rather judge us by the best experiences we deliver. Well, guess what? Emotional engagement is built into it and we need to embrace it. When someone says it's not my job, it's the customer-facing people, well, guess what? We are all either customer experience creators or customer experience enablers. You might not be facing a customer directly, but you're an enabler. You're in HR, hiring the people. You're in IT, providing them the tools. You're a senior leadership who are putting together the strategies. Everyone is in the customer experience business. I don't know how to do it. This is probably the most honest statement, and you, as a CE professional, need to help your executives and build the skills. For years, they managed the company from very specific lenses. It can be spreadsheets and other tools that they've had. Now we ask them to go and face the customer. That's a new experience for them. They're afraid about how to deal with an upset customers. What do you say to a screaming customers? What do you say to hysterical customers? Well, we need to build those skill sets, and this is one of those escapes that is very legitimate and we need to work on. Probably the most dangerous one is I'm doing it already. And the answer to all of those that are saying, I'm doing it already, is quite simple. If you're doing it already, if you're delighting your customers, why are they going to the competition? Why are they asking for a discount? Why are they struggling with understanding why to come to you and not to the others? Why are your numbers in customer satisfaction and others are going down? If you're doing it already, customers should see it. If the customers don't see it, you're probably not doing it well enough. For a leader to buy in, we need to help them out. We need to build a business case. We need them to understand exactly what is the operational vision, what are the key messages. We need to build the success stories, some early wins to help them feel very comfortable. These are the tools that an executive will need in order to take the baton from us and run out there and put it in front of the whole organization and say, I'm committed to that. We need to build a variety of tools, including the voice of customers, growing momentums and communication plan that will make the executive feel very comfortable that this is a well thought out plan and this is not just a whim, this is not just a common sense, but there is a method to the madness and we know how to take the organization from a product-centric to a customer-centric. Empowerment is one of those funny things. Every manager swears to give it and no employee claims to get it. So I was struggling with that and I came to the conclusion that probably all the empowerment is in inter-office envelopes yet to be delivered. They're all stuck in the mailroom because I can't really figure out why is it. And I'll tell you why. Because we don't even know what empowerment is all about. Empowerment is about providing employees the guidance, the tool, and the authority to make decisions. Yes, they need to be responsible. Responsible stands for response-able, the ability to respond. Empowerment is about allowing employees to make the decisions at the moment of truth in front of the customers without necessarily calling the manager. And we have history in product and process-centric organizations where employees do not have that authority. Employees do not feel comfortable with that authority. One of the employees I surveyed once told me, in our organization, we are all empowered to make the right decisions. Understand? The right decisions, which means we are not authorized to make the wrong decisions. How can you send a message like that? How can you have a person who will make 100% of the right decisions? There is no such a thing. But this is the vibe that employees hear, and what do you think they do? They step back and they make no decisions. And this is actually the worst decision of them all. Because when you make no decision, you absolutely paralyze the organization. There's no innovation, there's no experience, there's no customer engagement, there's no employee engagement. The organization is paralyzed. So we need to start with a definition. Empowerment is all about giving our employees the guidance, the tools, and the authority to make decisions. Some of you might say to me, but you know what, I don't trust my employees. Well, if you don't trust them, they should not be working for you. If you don't trust them, they should not be in front of the customer. Because trust is one of those funny things. You cannot do trust 75% of the time. You cannot trust your employees 15% of the time. So either trust them or you don't trust them. And then the rest of it is about how do I provide them with the guidance, the knowledge, the practice to go and make decisions.